started it. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is BIBHL action for Div 2 championship game between the Victoria Ducks and the Rico's Bandits. We have Rico's Bandits in the red jerseys there tonight, and the Victoria Ducks are in their traditional white jerseys. Getting ready for the new Cache Island jerseys. A few of the guys have some of their newer jerseys coming out today. Tonight's officials are Jeff Nelson and Brett Pullock. And we're getting ready for ball drop here. My name is Andrew Layden, and I will be doing commentary for you tonight. And we are just about to get started here in this game one. Very important game. Ball drop, Ducks win the draw. Settling it down, Baker brings the ball in, passes it up, doesn't get zone. Ducks recuperate the ball, trying to settle it back. Trying to set up, trying to get in. They do get zone, goes into the corner. Bandits get it behind the net. Ducks recover. Playing the ball in the corner, just cycling through. Naswell trying to get the ball from the duck. Baker keeps the ball at the line, takes a shot. Blocked by the Bandits. Ball chipped up. Still kept in by the Ducks. Ducks keep it in. Caden lead, knocking it down. Soto passes up. Bandits on a 3-on-1. Gain zone, get it in, passing it around. Great shot, goal by the Bandits. That was a 3-on-1. Didn't have Kevin Pewitt very much option there. Had to take the shooter. And with 16:07 on the score clock in a 17-minute period, first shot on goal for the Bandits goes in. Quick start. The Ducks have to recuperate from that. The Bandits just came off a big playoff victory over the Roadrunners and the Nanaimo Roadrunners on Saturday, and we're playing here on Tuesday. Perry Noble trying to get the ball back to the Bandits. Come back up, chip the ball up, gain the zone. Ducks recuperate. Perry Noble comes in, gains zone, has only one defender to beat. Trying to cycle it through, passes it over to the left-hand side, takes a shot. Great save by the Bandits goalie. Bandits recoup, get behind the net. They're trying to slow it down and make the play up. They're cycling through at center. Still haven't left the zone though. Passes it up. Bandits gain the zone. Ducks keep the ball out. Cycle it back behind their own net. Trying to recycle, get everything back up and running here. Long pass up, gets out of the zone, but Bandits recover the ball. They pass it back. Oh, dangerous pass in front of Lucky for the Bandits there. That was a dangerous pass there. Chip down, icing on. Called there. The ball come all the way back down into the Bandit zone. We'd like to thank our sponsor tonight. It's Bin for Burger Lounge. If you're having a weekend plans this weekend, I highly recommend going to any of the locations here in Victoria here. Face-off getting drawn here. Waiting for the Bandit player here to just catch up here. Ducks trying to win this draw. They are trying to get back into this game. We're at 14:59 in the first period here. Bandits recover the ball behind their own net. Smart pass up side of the boards here. Naswell up to his brother. Double pass up there. Gains the zone by the Bandits there. Smart play though. Keeps it through. One of the Bandits players just slid by himself all the way there. Gets up a little bit slow. Ducks come up here. They're still on the neutral zone here. They have not gained zone yet. Cycling back through. Gobbett here coming through. Passes it in. Hits off the backboards behind the goaltender. Bandits recover the ball. Naswell behind the net. Into the corner. Just waiting for a pass. Fires it in front of his own net. Luckily there was no Ducks there this time. Bandits gain the zone here. Trying to set up a play here. The 3 Ducks cycling through. Naswell over. Ducks trying to chip it out. They still haven't got it out of the zone. Bandits still at the zone. Ducks into the corner there, passing it around. Currently, we were still only at 1 shot on the Ducks. Icing waved off here, and no shots on the Bandits goalie here. Naswell behind his own net. Ducks player pressing, trying to get it through. Quick pass. Passes up. Bandits gain the zone. 97 in the zone, passing through. Ducks recover there. Tyler Barnes passes it up. Loses it in the corner. The Bandits recover. And they're just passing around. Number 7 for the Ducks. Saves the ball. Passes behind. Gets Tyler Barnes. Barnes trying to get it up to Zords. Dangerously passes it through. Gains the zone, but the Bandits are able to get it back up. They gain the zone. Smart defensive move by the Ducks. Just to press through. Make sure he doesn't get too much of an easy access there. Quick shot by the number 97 from the Bandits. Hewitt standing on his head there. One of our shorter goalies in the league. He's such a sweetheart, though. Bandits gain the zone. Take a shot. Misses the net. Bandits recover. They're just the Ducks defense is very tired. They've been out there for about a minute and a half now. Just passing around. Bandits making a quick change there on their forwards, just trying to recover everything. They still have the ball behind the net, cycling through, trying to get a clean shot here. Shot in the front. Pewitt makes a save, covers it up. Smart play. Face off to the right, or to the left of Kevin Pewitt there. Knocks back. Ducks get the ball. Make a quick pass there, but the Bandits are just swarming them. They're a little bit quicker on their feet here. Ducks playing smartly, keeping everybody to the outside. Ball behind the net for Kevin Pewitt there. There's it. They're cycling it around, trying to make sure that they don't get the ball stuck there. Just cycling that. The Ducks are keeping them to the outside there, so this is a very good defensive play there. 97 for the Bandits, just passes it back down. Ducks keeping it out the outside, not making anybody get an easy access to the middle there. Ducks pressing there, they get it up. Are they going to get it out of the zone here? They do. Caden Lee still in the zone, gets it into the zone here. Ducks making a quick change here as the Bandits bring it behind their own net. 2 Ducks on it. They're just pressing. They know that they have to get back into this game with 11:15 left on the period there. Smart play by Baker, just pushing him to the outside, not letting him get into the middle. Keeping everything to the outside so Pewitt can see it. Battle in the boards there in the corner there. Baker with a great defensive block there, getting into blocking it. Beat of the zone. Bandits pull it out of their own zone. Naswell struggling there. He's got Sweet on them. Just brings it all the way back down to his own zone. Bandits bring it back up. Number 9 fires it in. Dump and chase. Now, the other Naswell brother, Paul Naswell. Cycling it through. Number 9 passing it back up to across there. Baker, great defensive play, just keeping everything to the outside. Soto comes in, number 2. Takes a quick shot, goes wide. The Ducks get it through, trying to get it all the way up through. Sweet comes in, they're waiting for a shot. Takes a shot, misses the net. Perry Noble into the corner here, trying to cycle back up, make sure deflection goes out of the zone. It looks like it was tipped up, though, by a Bandits player, so it's staying in the inside there by referee Jeff Nelson. Short side here, draw coming in. Making sure, drops it in. Ducks win, cycle it back to their D. Shot on net, goes behind. Crazy bounce there, almost comes in. Bandits get a break here. They're on a breakaway. Number 11, great stick check, knocks it away from 29 there. Had a straight shot there. Although the Ducks are starting to get a little squirrely here on defense here. But keeping everything to the outside, bringing it up, passing it up. Bandits keep it out of their zone. Taking their time, 55, bringing it into the zone, making sure that they gain zone. Ducks recover. 2-on-2 here. They gain the zone. But the Bandits are not letting anything get close to their net here. Ducks in the corner here. Passes through. Shot on net. Misses. Hits deflection off of a Bandits player there. Goes into the corner. Tyler Naswell to Soto. Soto fires it up to 29. 29 brings it into the zone. He's got some wheels here. But Marshall stops him there. Zone was lost there, but the Bandits gain regained there. 3-on-2 here. Hewitt knocks it back down. Same thing back on the other side here. 3-on-2 for the Ducks. But the Bandits recover in their own corner, behind their own net. Slowing it down here just to get everybody back up. Keeping it on the inside here. Passing it across right there. Now leaving the zone. Ball is crossed in. Cycling through, the Bandits are taking the shot from the top there and trying to get that quick little sneaker in there. Ducks keeping into the corner here. They have the ball. They're trying to recuperate back up on the sidewall here. As the Ducks gain zone, they take a shot. Great save by the Bandits goalie. We have 8:10 left in here in the first period here, with the Ducks leading 1-0. Or sorry, the Bandits leaving 1-0 here on a quick shot on the first minute of the play here. Draw in here. Ducks recovering another draw here. They're doing very well in the draws tonight. Fire from the point there. Shot fired in. Looked like it went in, but now they get back and double goal because the Bandits did not know what was going on. Great goal by the Ducks here. They just kept playing. You always got to play to the whistle. And that's what, luckily, that they kept doing that instead of getting frustrated on potentially a goal there. So we're now at 1-1 here. Ball dropped here. Baker recovers there. Ball recovered into the zone here by number 97 here. Pulls the ball through. Passing it around here. Bandits are trying to get back in there. Straight shot. Going through the middle. Takes a shot. Kevin Pewitt makes a save there. Barnes brings it to the corner and lobs it up. Gains all the way zone. Paul Naswell behind his own net. Loses it. Regains it here. Ducks aren't pressing, letting him play behind his own net now. It is 1-1 now. Ducks bring it back up to the sidewall here. Waiting on zone. They bring it in. Trying to get it through the middle here. Pressing in. Number 9 going into the corner against number 91. Circle it back on. Tyler Naswell into the corner here. Perry Noble pressuring on. Passes up front. Bandits goalie knocks it down. Shot on net. Great save by the Bandits goaltender. Did I put it in? Is it 1-1? Draw to the left-hand side of the Bandits goaltender. Backs up. Baker gets it there. Takes a quick shot. Great save by the Bandits goalie. Directs it to the side. Perry Noble keeps it to the side there. Passes it back to his defenseman. Shot in. Behind the net. Bandits keeping it in there. Perry Noble on the sidewall. It's the reverse of what was happening at the beginning of this period. The Ducks are now coming in. Great shot! Number 9 scores! Perry Noble to 9. I think that's Jack Sweet there. 6:29 now. And the Ducks have now come back here. Keeping constant pressure on the Bandits there, making it hard for them to make that defensive play there. Ducks bring it back in, straight shot. Bandits goalie makes a save. Bring it to the draw to the left-hand side again. This could be dangerous for the Bandits. They are getting, you can see a little bit of frustration in their eyes there. Bandits win the draw here. Naswell behind his own net. Soto playing defensive there in front of his own net. Ball up. Number 9. Passes it up to the 7. 7 brings it. Still in the neutral zone, passes it back up to Soto. Soto brings it into the zone. Over to number 9. Gets hauled down. No call there. Naswell keeps a good defensive play, but can't keep the ball into the zone there. Fires back up. Number 5 to number 9. Brings it over to number 7. It's a quick shot. Hewitt makes a save into the corner. Bandits cycle behind the net. Keeping it in there. Ball goes out of play. Deflection out. Gets redirected out of the zone there now. Looks like the referees aren't happy with the balls there. It's bouncing a little bit too much there. Or it's a dead ball there. 5:29 here in the first period. Ducks up 2-1 with two quick goals here, regaining the whole system, the style play that they wanted to. Another draw win by the Ducks. They bring it through. Lose it in the sidewall there to the Bandits though. Bandits cycling on up 29, trying to get into the middle there, trying to do it himself though, and the Ducks are smart enough to keep him on the outside. Shot hits the backboards. This is the net. A little bit of rough stuff here, bumping into each other. This is playoff hockey though, so the referees are giving them a little bit more grace than normal here. Knocked through. Icing on. Icing being waved off here. 97 brings the ball back up with a duck on him there. Gains all the way through the middle on the zone there, allowing it, but loses the ball. Ducks are cycling back up, trying to get it back through. Gains the zone. Bandits recover. You can see a Bandits a little bit of frustration there, trying to get everything set up again, so they're slowing it down, bringing it back into their own zone. Passes it over, no one there. Luckily, he was able to come back and catch it himself. Passes it up. 10-55. 55 gains the zone for the Bandits. Trying to play the cycle leg. Baker in the corner there. Very great defensive move, keeping him there. Oh, here's a penalty coming in here. It's coming to the Ducks there. It looks like it's coming to a roughing penalty. They're to number 6. Got a little bit more aggressive there in the corner there. Unfortunately, went in a little bit too aggressive and knocked them off. My apologies. It was not Kevin Baker that got the penalty there. Looks like it was Marshall Ma. Face-off went a little bit quickly there for the scorekeeper, so he stopped it down, slowed it down. Going to reset all of this and reset the clock there. Got a little bit of confusion there, setting it all up. Clock's reset there. We have 4:04 with a 2-minute power play here for the Bandits. The Ducks are still up 2-1, but this Bandit team is very quick, and they can get that ball on net and they potentially get a quick goal if they get lucky here. Cycling through, Naswell shoots it in. Great save by Pewitt. Bandits keep the ball in the zone. Another shot by Naswell. Deflected up, out of the zone there. Looks like it was deflected off a Ducks player there. So stays in zone. The referee's checking. Benches to see if they're doing any line changes, which they're not. We'll restart this draw here. Bandits win it. Not a clean draw though, so trying to get in. Soto knocks it back down to the zone. Bandits keep it in the zone on the sidewall there. Cycling through. Takes a big shot by misses the net here. Paul Naswell in the corner there. Trying to get it behind the net, trying to cycle through, trying to get a Ducks player off of their game there. Barnesy gets behind there. Disrupts the play there a little bit. Soto takes a shot, deflects off number 7 of the Ducks. They're able to shoot it out of the zone there. Bandits regain the zone here. Takes a quick shot, Pewitt on there. Barnesy, backhand pass. Naswell keeps it in the zone with a basketball jump to get that down. And it's cycling through. In the middle there, deflection up, hits the roof. We're going to get a face-off into the zone here. Smart play by the Ducks here, getting those players off. Cycling through. Bandits trying to do a quick change in the middle there after the referee put his hand up. So Tyler Naswell has to come back on the floor. You can clearly see he's tired, but they're making him go to the far side of the wall. Pass back to Naswell. Bandits keep it on the cycle there. 10 over to Naswell. Naswell deciding not to shoot, passes it down. Trying to get a shot here, trying to sneak in. Didn't pan out there. Bandits cycling through into the corner here. Ducks playing a great defensive game here on their penalty kill, keeping everything away from Kevin. Oh, Bandits get cycled through the boat. Couldn't get a clean shot there. Nothing's getting through smoothly here. Ducks trying to clear it through. Even strength here. Great save by Pewitt, right to his glove. Even strength here, coming back into the draw here. Ducks lose the draw there. Quick shot, Pewitt directs to the corner. Bandits trying to cycle through again. Ducks are regaining their ball, keeps going up in the air there, so they have to be careful. Ducks win the zone. 12 in, 2-on-1 here. Great defensive play by 91 on the Bandits there to keep the ball from going in front of the net there. Perry Noble into the corner there. Couldn't get a clean shot there. Tried to direct it in the middle there. Back to Kevin Baker, but the Bandits slide in and recover. Jack Sweet comes into the zone here. Leaves it behind. Quick shot by the Ducks. Goes wide. Perry Noble recovers here. 33. Back down to Jack Sweet, number 9. Directs in front. Quick little tap in. Great save by the Bandits goalie, though. All the way back down, though, for the Bandits. Marshall keeping him to the outside. Playing great defensively, making sure that it does not get past him. Soto on the other side of the fence there. Passes in the middle. Quick shot. Does not go to the net, though. Ducks pass it up. Trying to get it into the zone here. They're past the ref. 3-on-2. They gain the zone. We have 17 seconds left in the period here. Ducks take a quick shot. Deflection wide by the Bandits, though. 10 seconds here. Quick shot there. And that'll be the end of the first period here. We have a Ducks 2-1 lead here. We'll take a quick little break here while we go into the second period. Welcome back to period 2 of Div 2's game 1 between the Victoria Ducks and the Rico's Bandits. We have a 2-1 lead for the Ducks here. They're winning a lot of the draws tonight. Tap in, jump up to try to get the ball. Bandits trying to cycle back through. Great defensive line on the line there for the Ducks there. They gain the zone here, trying to get in there. Tyler Naswell passing up to the sideboards there. Pass up. Bandits trying to get it through. Paul Naswell to number 97. 97 does a little poke check. Loses his stick, though. As the Bandits cycle through, they're going to take a quick shot. Misses wide. Naswell on the sidewall. Passes back into 97. Straight shot from the point there. Still misses the net. The Ducks are trying to keep it in there. We have a tripping penalty coming in here on the Ducks from number 19. As he went to his knee there, as number 10 tried to go back, he threw his arm out a little bit. It's either going to be an interference call or a tripping call. As you can see, the referee shows that he threw his leg out there. Brett calls it as a tripping call there. Threw out his leg. The Ducks are going back onto a penalty kill here. Ducks are clearly frustrated with that call, but it was a very good call by the referee. Ball's dropped. Goes into the corner here. 2 Ducks are on the ball here. They're trying to get it through. Paul Naswell into the side there. Passes over to number 97. 97 back to Naswell. The Ducks dump it down to the zone there. No icing because they are on the penalty kill. Ducks are forming the line here, making it hard to get in. Naswell brings it over. Gains a quick zone, dumps it in. Soto comes in, straight in the middle there, takes a shot. Deflection off a Ducks player in the front there. Blocking the shot by, it looks like Nick Gobbett there. Draw coming to the right-hand side of Kevin Pewitt. Bandits reset here with the draw here. Trying to go for a quick shot on net here with number 10 on defense there. The Ducks win another draw here, but they lose it in the circle. Bandits quick shot off the crossbar. But the Bandits were in the crease too long there, so the ball's being pulled out. In ball hockey, if a player is in the crease for too long, typically the referee will give a call out, say crease violation or get out of the crease. If they don't move, if they don't make a movement or try to get out of the crease, they let the goaltender make a save. The ball gets brought out back into the just outside the zone there, and the offensive team there loses zone. Ducks win another draw. Shoot it back down, letting the Bandits recycle here. 54 seconds left on the penalty kill here. Bandits power play again, trying to get another clean shot. Gain the zone here, but the Ducks recoup and shoot it right down again. Ducks player, number 86, playing pressure onto the Bandits. Still in the zone here. Trying to kill as much time on that clock as possible here. Marshall Maw on the side ball here. Brings it into his own zone, but no Bandit player is on him. Passes it up slowly. 20 seconds left on the penalty kill here. And the Ducks are just playing with it now, just making sure that they do not lose that ball. Bandits press a little bit of pressure. Fire it down by Marshall Maw, though. Ducks reset. With the Bandits bringing the ball up. Even strength now. Number 12 with a quick walk on the blue line there. Comes in. Takes a shot, but it was deflected away. Perry Noble on the sidewall there. Bandits bring it behind their own net there, trying to recycle it here. Setting up here. Going for a quick change, getting a few guys out there. Number 7 bringing it into the zone. Passes it over to number 9. 9 back over to number 17. 17 quick shot, and a goal! Quick goal, hit the opposite side of where Kevin was sliding over. And we are now at 2-2 with 13-19 left in the second period here. And a false drop there. Reset that draw here. Looks like the Bandits player touched the ball before it hit the ground. Bandits bring it into the zone here. Cycle it through. Great save by Pewitt. Keeping it in. Covers it up. 12:58 left in the second period here. Another Ducks win on the draw. Fires it around here. Jack Sweet pulls it around. Perry Noble trying to get into the zone. Bandits lose the zone. Got a 3-on-3 here. Quick shot. Bandits goaltender makes a save. Loses the ball. Bandits recover. Naswell brings the ball up. Soto over to 97. 97 tries to go around the Jack Sweet there. Takes it far away in the way. Gains the zone but loses his balance. Gets the ball in. Cluster in the corner there. Baker fires it through. Ball on the sidewall there. Getting a little bit chippy here with the slashes here. The referees are letting it go because it is playoff hockey. Very aggressive in the corners there. Baker's trying to get through. Harrison comes through, punches, looks like it's shoved to the face there. A little aggressive there. We are going to go, looks like a power play here for the Ducks. With the player being on the floor here, a little bit dazed here. We're just going to take a little bit of time out here on the booth here. Kevin. Is he okay?
I don't know. He says his arm's numb.
He banged his head when he went to it.
That's what I
Who would have thought that he'd have a jammer before me?
thought. I thought like 3 claps. I was going to once. So.
Make sure I went on the mic here. good to go, Christian. The injured player was able to walk off the floor on his own power there, which is a good sign. He was down for a little while there, so. It's 11:31 left here. Looks like number 9 took a head contact penalty there. So he's getting a 2-minute penalty there. It's at least what's put on the board right now. Draw goes all the way back down into the Bandit zone now. That was a terrible penalty for the Bandits to take 200 feet away from their own net. In a 2-2 game there. Ducks trying to rally back here. Ball dropped here. Surprising win for the Bandits there on the face-off draw. Ducks keep it in the zone. Bandits lose it. Dump it down. Paul Naswell putting pressure on Marshall Ma. Keeping him behind his own net there. Cycling through. Paul Naswell keeping it up. Ducks get it over center. Dump it in. Gain the zone. Trying to cycle it down. Soto brings the ball. Gains the ball behind his own net. Dumps it down. Shoots it out. Ducks lose the zone there, so they have to tag up. Regain the zone there. Ball behind the net there. Ducks trying to keep it in there. Keeping it behind the net, cycling through. Naswell knocks the ball through, up the sidewall there. Ducks recover. At the point, knocks it back down. Tipped off a Bandit player there. Went out of zone, so looks like a full change for the Bandits there. And one defenseman there switching out for Nick Gobbett coming on the floor there. 10:26 left here in the second period with 56 seconds left on the power play for the Ducks. Bandits win the draw. Ducks recover it though in the circle. Cycle through. They did gain zone. Passing around on the sidewall there. Caden Lee passes back to Marshall. Marshall back to Caden. Caden comes in, takes a quick shot. Blocked by the Bandits there. Quick shot. Blocked by the Bandits goaltender. Bandits knock it away. Tipped up. Out of zone. Out of play. It hits the mesh. Face-off's just going to be outside of the Ducks bench here. We have 29 seconds left in the second period here, or into the power play here for the Ducks. Ball dropped. Ducks win the draw. Cycle back. Gob it up to Perry Noble. Perry Noble tries to pass through. Bandits recover in the middle though. But they unfortunately dump it back into their own zone. Ducks recover on the sidewall. Pass it down behind the Bandits net. Pass through. Pass misses the middle though. Gobbett gets it on the side, takes a shot. Great save by the Bandits goaltender. Another save. Deflects it behind his own net though. Bandits recover. Even strength here. Even strength here. Ducks recover. Take a quick shot. Blocked by the Bandits. Another block by the Bandits defenseman there. Two big blocks for him there. They recover. Number 10 bringing the ball out. Ducks putting pressure. They gain the zone. 97 in the corner here. Trying to cycle through. Ducks are keeping him to the outside wall perfectly though. Ducks recover. Gob it up too. Sweet. They did get it out of the zone there. Ducks settling down, trying to make sure they make the right play. Tyler Barnes, the captain of the Ducks here. making sure his defenseman partner can switch out. Ducks gain the zone. Go in. Trying to go for a quick shot. In front. Bandits goalie. Great goal by Jack Sweet. Pulled it through his feet. Bandits goalie had no chance of getting that stop there. .8:32 in the second period here. And the Ducks have gone up by 1. Face-off win by the Bandits there. Bandits gain the zone here. Cycling through. Ducks keeping to the outside. Passing it behind their own net. Recycle it here. One Bandit player pressing pressure. Bandits keep it in the zone though. Dump it back in. Play behind the goaltender there. Marshall Mall keeping him to the outside. Bandits coming through. Quick in. Great little poke check by Kevin Pewitt there. Keeping him to the outside. Ducks recover here. They do not get it out of the zone. Soto keeps it in. Passes it down to 55. 55 to 17. Kevin Pewitt makes a smart play by covering up there. There is a penalty coming here for the Ducks for a tripping penalty here. Number 13 took a tripping penalty right in front of the net. Smart. One of those situations where you have to take that kind of penalty there, or it's going to be a clear, straight shot right in front of the net there. Frustrating, but understood by some of the players there, even though he doesn't agree with it when he goes into the penalty box there. Bandits recover on the sidewall there. Bandits knocked behind the net there. Cycle through. Ducks keeping everything to the outside there. Not letting anything get through. Great save by Pewitt. Paul Naswell scores a goal from his brother in the front of the net there. And Rico's Bandits come back and tie it in the second here on a power play. Face-off win by the Bandits there. Dump it in by the Ducks as they recover back in. Soto into the corner. Passes behind his own net there to Tyler Naswell. Naswell has 2 Ducks on him. Fires it back up. Paul Naswell to the other side to 29 on the Bandits. Does gain the zone. No icing called or waved off there. Ducks trapping it in the corner there. Ducks recover behind their own net. Cycle through, try to dump it up, but they throw it up into the mesh there. 6:38 here, and we're going to have a defensive draw for the Ducks here. To the left-hand side of Kevin Pewitt. Fresh defenseman coming out here for the Bandits. It's 3-3 with 6:38 left here in the period. Draw one by the Ducks here. Back to Pewitt. Pewitt to the corner. Ducks fired around the corner here, but the Bandits cycling on the corner here right in front of the commentary booth. Cycling through. Bandits player recovers there. Cycling back. Ducks good defensive play here by stopping the play. Caden Lee gets the ball up. Fires up the floor. Making sure he's got some company with him here. Ducks take a quick shot on that. Bandits make a save. Ball brought back to the point there. Circled really close to the red line there. Fired it in. Almost hit his own player in the face. Penalty coming here on a Bandits for a tripping here. Quick shot on the Bandits goaltender. Makes a save. the Bandits are going on the penalty kill here. 6:28. 6:28 here on the clock here. And number 91 for the Bandits here, going in for a 2-minute tripping penalty here. Face off on the right-hand side of the Bandits goaltender. Big draw by the Ducks. They do win it. Shippy one in the middle there. Ball cycling through. Ducks can't keep it in their own zone, into the zone though. Everybody has to tag back up. Goblet brings it over to center. Passes it in. Quick pass in. 12 down to the side there. Soto keeping him to the outside. Ducks cycle it back up to their point. Takes a quick shot. Goes wide. Hits the other side of the boards. Ducks recover. Takes a big shot from the point there. Saved by the Bandits goaltender. Ducks try to pass it back to their own defenseman. Loses it. They lose the zone. They have a minute 20 left on the penalty kill here for the Bandits. Making sure they get fresh legs in. Dump and chase here by the Ducks, but the Bandits recover. Ball behind the net there. And unfortunately, the Ducks player's stick got in there and tripped the Bandits player. So a penalty is coming on the Ducks here. So the Bandits are firing up the floor here. Goaltender is pulled for the extra man here because they don't have to worry about the Ducks getting the ball. Naswell resets here, passes up to number 10. Number 10 pulls the ball back. Bandits bring it back into their own zone, trying to make sure something works here. Fires it up. Number 97 brings the ball in. All the Ducks have to do is just touch the ball, which they do, and then stop the ball. Stop the play here. Unfortunately, it was as the ball was going behind the Bandits net there, the Ducks player's stick got down on the floor, and the Bandits player did make contact with it, did get tripped up by that stick, and it is a penalty. So unfortunately, rough circumstances there. We're going to play 4-on-4 hockey for 24 seconds here. Face off to the right-hand side of Kevin Pewitt here. Ball dropped. Bandits win the draw. Soto has the ball. Passes back number 2. Soto over to number 9. Harrison over to Soto. Cycling through here. They're trying to kill as much of that clock left so they can get it onto the power player and have that extra point here, player here. Soto fumbles it there, almost loses it, shoots it in. Ducks recover. No icing here. 1:29 left here on the penalty kill for the Ducks. The Bandits bring the ball in. Soto fires it in. Tries to gain the zone. The Ducks are able to knock it back down. We're at 4 minutes left in the second period here. Bandits bring the ball up into the zone here. Gains the zone here, but the Ducks, great defensive play here, keeping the ball out from the middle, firing it back down the floor. Ducks recover back on the line here as Soto fires it up, but fires it right to a Ducks player. Comes straight in, takes a shot. Great save by the Bandits goaltender. Smart play holding on to it there as he kept coming in there. We have 41 seconds here on the penalty kill here as the Bandits have the draw back in their own zone. They do have the extra player here, so we might see that quick chip pass and try to get it over. Referee recycles the players there, just to make sure they're adjusted properly. Ball is dropped, Bandits win the draw. Tap it up, Naswell. Couldn't get it out of the zone there. Ducks fire it back in the zone. Ducks applying pressure. Bandits bring it into the zone. Cycling through. Number 91 here. Passes back to Paul Naswell. Naswell to his defensive partner. Number 10. Number 10 to 91. 91 take a shot. Pewitt makes a save to redirecting into the corner. 29 keeps it to the outside wall. Ducks are able to get it out of the zone there. Even strength now. Perry Noble getting pressure. Bandits getting the zone. Quick little shot. Ball gets recycled back behind the Ducks nets there. Tyler Barnes knocks the ball, hits it up the chip wall, up to Perry Noble. Noble brings it around. Does not get out of the zone though, so the Bandits still have the zone. 3-on-1. Pass it over. No! Big save by Pewitt. Hit the post and then big save. Two quick little saves there. Keeping it at 3-3. Kevin Pewitt may have kept the Ducks in the hunt here. Big defensive play there. As the Ducks call a timeout there to give Kevin a little bit of a rest there. After that quick timeout there by the Ducks here. Trying to recoup here. They are a better defensive draw, taking defensive draws here. They do lose it. Bandits get it in. Pewitt makes a save. Ducks are scrambling there in front of their own net. Trying to chip it up. Here comes Jack Sweet on his own. Straight play. Great defensive play there by the Bandits there, just getting in his way. Legally, too, as well. Ducks keep it in their own zone. Fire it in. Hits the outside wall. Bandits are able to recycle there and get the ball. Little bit of a scuffle there in the middle there, the floor. Marshall with great defensive play, keeping the unfortunately a little bit of a rough play there by 13. 13 couldn't keep the, clearly frustrated from earlier when Baker went down. Kept on going on Harrison there. Ended up getting himself a roughing penalty there. We have a minute 12 left here with the Ducks going on the penalty kill. We have a Bandits power play. Very, very important draw here by the Ducks. They do win it, but the Bandits are able to recover. Bandits keep it in the zone here. Tyler Barnes in the corner there. Last one to play here in the second period here. We have a 3-3 tie with the Bandits on the power play here. Tyler Naswell on the sidewall. Brings it back to his own point. But he does knock it off Marshall Maw's feet there. Marshall bringing it into the zone here. Trying to kill as much time as on that penalty kill. Shoots it on net. Bandits goaltender gloves it down, slides it over to the Bandits. Bring it up the floor here. A little bit of extra pressure here by the Ducks a little bit. They're not sending it. Bandits gain the zone. Number 7 passes it down in the sidewall to number 9. Number 9 passes it over 5. Quick shot, 17 seconds left here. Ball scrambled in the front. Passes back to the line. We have 10 seconds here. Quick shot, goes wide. 2 seconds left. Quick shot, but the Ducks are able to recover here. We are going to go into overtime here. This is game 1 of the Division II finals, the best of 3 final. The way the overtime works here in the VIVHL men's division is it goes a 4-on-4 for 5 minutes. If they don't score in that period there, then it'll go 3-on-3. And if they don't score in the 3-on-3 overtime there, then we will go into a shootout. Because the Ducks went into the overtime period down a man, they will play 4-on-3 to start this period here. Looks like number 77 will take the draw for the Ducks with Gobbett and Barnesy on the D line. Where the Rico's Bandits looks like Harrison, number 9. Number 5 and number 29 for the Bandits, and number 97 on the defense there. About to drop the ball here. Ducks recover it there. Bandits fire it up. Number 29 all by himself here. Kind of pulling through. Quick shot. Double save by Pewitt there, as Gobbett almost knocked it back into his own net there. Quick play in the overtime here. It's very intense here. Lots of open floor for these guys, especially in this level here. No icing as the Ducks are shorthanded here for the next 30 seconds. Number 10 brings the ball back up. Bandits gain the zone. Cycle through. Ducks keeping him on the outside here. Harrison comes through. Trying to do it all on himself here. This could be deadly. Great save by Pewitt. Ducks recover. 77 passes it up. They gain the zone here. But the wheels of 29 here, he just is too quick for these guys to come through. Cycling back through. Even strength here now. The Bandits trying to get in the zone here. Ducks keeping it to the outside there, keeping all the pressure there. Cycling down on the corners there. Bandits lose the zone here. I want a quick tap out by Tyler Barnes here. Bandits pass it up. Quick shot. Oh, a tip in by Marshall as the ball went off the Ducks player, flipped over. Bandits win game 1 here in overtime. Unfortunate bounce there for the goaltender. And that is the end of game 1 here for the best Div 2. It is a best of 3 series here, so the Ducks do have a chance to recover here. I want to thank everyone for tuning into game 1 here. We'll take a quick little break here, and then we'll get into game 2 between the Victoria Kraken and the Wazak Whalers there. Mike's muted.
Okay. I'll go in the middle. I'll let you do it so you can try to give it a hang of it.